There it is. Okay. Hopefully we're hot now. Okay, so I can go ahead and go. Okay. Good afternoon, baseball fans. Welcome back to Warren Turner Field on the campus of Missouri Southern State University, Joplin, Missouri, for the 2024 WABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier. There's going to be a consolation game this afternoon. We were scheduled for a 3 o'clock start, but we're going to start a little bit early thanks to a couple run rule games earlier. And this game will feature the 417 Black out of Southwest Missouri and the Air Capital Flyers out of Kansas. Most of the kids on this team will be Kansas high school products with emphasis on the Wichita area. Your starting lineups for this game for the Air Capital Flyers, leading off and playing shortstop, Jack Martins. Batting second, the center fielder, Will Berger. Batting third, the right fielder, Justin Zerger. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Max Brown. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Luke Youngdahl. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Peyton White. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Brooks Allen. Batting eighth, the catcher, Rhett Briggs. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Dylan Clausen. Martins, Berger, Zerger, Brown, Youngdahl, White, Allen, Briggs, Clausen for Truett Winnegar on the mound for the Air Capital Flyers. For 417 Black starting lineup, left fielder Colin Ross will lead off, bat first, and then batting second will be the shortstop, Bryce Davis. Batting third, the first baseman, Brady Ratone. Batting fourth, the catcher, Parker Mann. Batting fifth, the catcher, Rimmer Carr. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Carter Fingro. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Owen Locke. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Hunter Jones. Batting ninth, the right fielder, Noah Goforth for pitcher, Drew Creed. Ross, Davis, Ratone, Mann, Carr, Fangro, Locke, Jones, Goforth for 417 Black. Coming today with a record of 5-2. Started 2-0 in pool play, lost in the round of 16 earlier today, 13-3 to the Dueling Dodgers. First pitch of this consolation game, misses down low, ball one. 2:51 is our start time, 89 degrees at first pitch. The 1-0 swung on a miss. That'll even the count 1-1. Would bad event for this American Amateur Baseball Congress qualifying tournament. No metal spikes on the turf field here at Missouri Southern. The 1-1 misses in. That'll run the count 2-1.
2-1.
We appreciate everybody tuning in and watching today's game action. 2-1 misses up high, runs the count to 3-1. If you're watching our game, that means you're not watching ESPN Plus in the College World Series. Last check, that was Kentucky, first-time participant in the College World Series, leading North Carolina State 3-1 in the fifth. Swing and a miss by Martins. That'll run the count full 3-2. Just underway, top of the first. No score. The full count offering popped up, back, and out of play. We had a sun-soaked Saturday morning this morning. Very few clouds in the sky, and 84 degrees at first pitch on this morning's contest. This afternoon, the breeze has picked up more 10 to 12 miles per hour out of the south. The winds, the flags are whipping out behind the right field, and the clouds have increased. We'll do the 3-2 again. And there's a chopper foul down the third base line. Martins from Mays South High School, Mays, Kansas, headed for Coffeyville Community College, about an hour west of here in Joplin. Played JUCO ball for Jake Martin and the Red Ravens. The 3-2 offering again. This one's going to be skied towards center. Van Grove's going to camp under it in shallow left center, and he'll make the catch for the first out. One away here in the top of the first. That'll bring up the center fielder, Will Berger. Another right-handed batter in the Flyers lineup. This morning, sort of rare to see a team with 7 left-handed hitters and a 9-batter lineup. You don't see that too much around these parts. Coming out of Texas and parts all over the country where they Dueling Dodgers come from. 7 lefties in that lineup. First pitch to Berger misses up high for a ball. The 1-0. Misses down, 2-0. This tournament is a 4-game guarantee. You get 2 games in pool play. The pool champs and runner-ups advance to a 16-team bracket. You didn't win earlier this morning. You got to a consolation for your 4th game. After this game, you're done. Thanks for coming to play, boys. That pitch misses down low. So these 2 teams are just playing out the course, so to speak. Game number 4 of their 4-game guarantee. Down the pipe for Creed. That'll make the count 3 balls and 1 strike. Your home plate umpire, Kurtz McDaniel. Ruben Obaktik in the field. Off-speed pitch gets him in the back. So hit by pitch for Berger. That'll put a runner on first with 1 out for the right fielder, Justin Zerger. Zerger from Newton, Kansas, home of the Railroaders. He's headed to play at college baseball in California, Pomona College. Righty on right here. Pitch misses low. Ball 1. Head coach for the Flyers, Ian Smith. He's at coaching in the third base box, assisted by Charles Wise. He's in the dugout. Nobody's coaching at first for this one. The 1-0. Missed down. That'll run the count 2-0. Outfield shifted to left for Zerger. Swing towards short. It's going to be a tough play for Davis. Field throw on the run, and got him. Nice scoop at first by Raton. Bang, bang play. But that's great hustle by Davis. Charged hard, picked it up on the short hop, fired on the run, and a nice dig by Raton at first. 6-3 put out. And that'll be the second out here as Berger advances to second. That'll bring up the left fielder, Max Brown, another righty. Brown from Eisenhower High School, headed towards Drury University over in Springfield. Just up the road an hour east of Joplin. First pitch, down on the turf, blocked by Carr.
Did the lineup he gave you on our boys, did it show what any that were going in there?
Reed steps off to check on Berger. There's a ground ball to third. Jones scoops off the 1 hop, fires across to Raton to retire Brown on the hard-hit ground ball off the wood bat, 5-3. So after a half inning, no runs, there was no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. You're watching 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back to Warren Turner Field on the campus of Missouri Southern State University. Joplin, Missouri, 2024 Double ABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier. Go to the bottom of the first. 417 Black will send up Colin Ross, Bryce Davis, and Mr. Raton, first baseman. Brady Raton, 3-hole hitter. Can't read my own writing on my scorebook. First pitch to the left-handed hitting Ross, misses down for a ball. Right-hander Truett Winiger from IMG Academy in Florida, bound for Virginia Commonwealth University. Going to play for VCU, the right-hander on the bump for Air Capital Flyers. Ground ball back at him through the box, and it'll be a CNI single to lead off the bottom of the first for Ross. Took 3 innings for the 417 to get their first hit in the last game. They start the game off with one here. That'll bring up Bryce Davis, the right-hand hitting shortstop. John Hartley, the head coach for 417, coaching in third. Alex Stillwell, I think that's him, or correction, Hartley's in the dugout this game. So Stillwell's at third and Trey McDaniel's at first. First pitch to Davis misses away for ball 1. That one misses away as well, ball 2. Quickly 2-0 to Davis. Two-0 misses away as well, runs the count 3-0. Winiger with a little velocity, sort of a slinging action on that right arm. The 3-0, pipe, 3-1. That 3-1 misses wide, and that'll be ball 4 to Davis. So now 2 on and no out. And that'll bring up Brady Raton. Okay.
Bryce is going to.
Gotcha. Got it. Thank you.
Welcome.
So that'll bring up Brady Raton, first baseman, right-hand hitting. 2 on, no outs. This morning, after allowing 9 runs in the top of the first, 417 came back with 2 in the bottom of the first, but only scored 1 more the rest of the way. Off-speed pitch for Raton, swinging a miss through it. Flyers pinch the middle, holding Ross at second. Miss away. That'll even the count at 1-1. Middle defense more than double play depth. Plenty of space between third and short, and second and first. There's a chopper towards third. Going to be a tough play at third for White. He digs it out, makes the throw on the run, and it short hops Youngdahl at first, and he's unable to scoop it. And so Raton will be safe at first on a nice play by White. Just couldn't finish it. So now the bases are loaded. No outs for the designated hitter, Parker Mann, the right-hand hitting DH, batting for Drew Creed, the pitcher. Change up. Swung on a miss, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 slider catches the outside corner. That'll run the count 0-2. Winiger feeling the pressure here. Corner's now in looking for the double play ball, plate first. Outside corner called strike 3. So man looks at 3 pitches, takes all 3, called strike. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded, 1 out now for the catcher, Rimmer Carr. Carr from Bolivar High School, the Liberators. First pitch he sees, down and away for a ball. Bolivar, they're going to be part of the new Ozark Mountain Conference with Carl Junction and Branson, a few other schools, Logan Rogersville, starting this fall.
Hit a good bomb out to right center yesterday. Go back.
Any home run at any ballpark with a wood bat right now with a high school kid you will respect. The 2-0 is chopped towards third. Another tough play. They're going to come home, get the force at home, but not enough to get the out at first. So White to Briggs, the 5-2 force out at home. And Carr reaches on the fielder's choice. So base is still loaded, now 2 down. Carr at first, little courtesy runner. That'll be Chase Keeler with Ratone at second and Davis at third. And the left-handed hitting center fielder Carter Fangro steps in. Fangro, senior to be at Nixa. Takes one down and in for a ball. One of 7 Nixa Eagles on the team. They'll remain in the COC. Another one taken down that doesn't get far enough away from Briggs for Davis to score. That pitch misses in. Runs the count to 3-0 on Fangro. Bases loaded, 2 down. Bottom first, no score. .30 strike right down the pipe. I'll run the count 3-1. Three and one, catches the outside corner for to send the count full 3-2. So runners will be in motion on the 3-2. Davis, Ratone, and the courtesy runner. That one's going to be skied towards center and shallow. Berger comes on shallow just to the right of the Missouri Southern logo to make the catch and retire the side. So there was an error, 2 errors, actually a hit, an error, and a walk. 3 left on base. After 1 inning, no score. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back, baseball fans, to Warren Turner Field, campus of Missouri Southern State University, Joplin, Missouri, 2024 AABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier. These two teams have been eliminated from the opportunity to play for the championship, which will be tomorrow at Joe Becker Stadium. First round of 16 games has been complete. The field has been knocked down to the quarterfinals, single elimination now, and Final Four tomorrow, championship to follow. First pitch here at the top of the second, we pop foul and out of play to the 5-hole hitter, first baseman Luke Youngdahl. Youngdahl from Mays South High School also, headed to Fort Scott Community College, and he lines one to left, and Ross will step in a couple steps and catch that liner for the first out of the second inning. Fort Scott Community College closed down their football program, but the baseball program is still going. I mean, and this football program's been dead for a few years, yeah. So, in will come the third baseman, Peyton White, also a right-hand hitter. First pitch taken down and away for a ball. The number of junior colleges in Kansas, there's over 20 of them. It's almost as bad as in California where there's one on every corner. And White hits a squibber to second base where Locke will field it on 3 bounces and flip over to Raton for the out. So ground out, 4-3. Another ground ball out for Creed. You got a pair of them in the first, now one here in the second. Now that'll bring up our first left-handed batter for the Flyers, the designated hitter Brooks Allen. First pitch to Allen. This is down low for a ball. Allen from Andover High School, Andover, Kansas. That's going to be punched back foul and out of play. Onto the parking lot and hopefully away from everybody's cars. The 0-1. Outside corner for strike 2. 0-2 now the count. 1-2, correction. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Taken up high for a ball. Fastball elevated in the zone. Off-speed pitch into the turf, blocked by Carr. That'll run the count full to the designated hitter, Allen. The 3-2. That's going to be spoiled as it's fouled down the left or third base line and out of play. We'll reset and do 3-2 again. This one's going to be chopped towards first. Raton's going to field it on 2 bounces and beat Allen to the base. 3 unassisted for the final out. 3 up, 3 down. Top of the second. No score after 1.5. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back, baseball fans. Warren Turner Field, campus of Missouri Southern State University, Joplin, Missouri, 2024 AABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier. This just in, score update from Omaha. In the top of the 7th, it's North Carolina State 3, Kentucky 3. For those of you tuning into this one, we appreciate you tuning in and watching. For the rest of you who want to know what's going on in Omaha with the College World Series. 2 games yesterday in Omaha. Both were walk-offs. Game number 3 is setting itself up to maybe end the same way. Who knows? We got a scoreless one here in Joplin. We go to the bottom of the second. Owen Locke, Hunter Jones, and Noah Goforth due up. 7-8-9. 417 loaded the bases in the bottom of the first with no outs and failed to score. A strikeout, fielder's choice, and a fly out. And the Air Capital Flyers got out of it. The second baseman, Locke, he'll lead off. First pitch he sees down the middle for a strike. From the tall right-hander, Winiger, bound for Virginia Commonwealth. VCU, Dean.
Never heard of him.
Producer, engineer, and color commentary, Dean Sitton, joining me. Thank you very much, Dean, for Katie and you allowing me the opportunity to come do these games. Appreciate you guys, the setup and everything, the shade, the cameras, the mics. That pitch catches the corner, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strike count now to Owen Locke.
You are very welcome, Mr. Hull. You do a fantastic job. And goodbye.
Fastball down in the zone. I'd almost say Mr. Winiger's trying to overthrow here. Jump the old velocity. The 2-2. Swung on a missed on a pitch away. And that'll be a strikeout, the second one for Winiger. And that'll bring up third baseman Hunter Jones. Jones, the graduated senior from Branson High School. He'll continue his college baseball career. State Fair Community College up in Sedalia. Region 16 junior college school here in Missouri. They compete with Crowder for Region 16 honors and rights. First pitch he sees for a called strike. Dean, do you know the mascot for State Fair? Oh, yes, I do. And that one's tomahawk to left, and it's going to get down and one hop the wall and bounce over. Ground rule double. Reached up and touched that one. Like I said, tomahawked it to left, scorched it, bounced up, hit the top of the yellow fence, and bounced over for a ground rule double. So the second hit of the ball game for 417 goes for extra bases. They'll have a runner on second with 1 out here at the bottom of the second as the right fielder Noah Goforth steps in. Right-hand hitting Goforth. So for the second straight inning, 417 has runners in scoring position. See if they can capitalize this inning. Check swing goes around. That'll be strike 1 for Jones. Excuse me, for Goforth. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 2. 0-2.
What is the mascot?
The mascot for State Fair Community College. The Roadrunners. The 0-2. That's going to be tap foul right at the plate. So we'll reset 0-2.
Let me tell you that walking surface over there is about 300 degrees.
I can imagine. It is a warm one today. We were 89 at first pitch with a 94% heat index. I have not checked this temperature update since we started. And that one's going to get away from the catcher Briggs. Wild pitch allows Jones to move up to third. Good job trying to drop a block and keep it in front, but Briggs, who's bound for Labette Community College, he just got it skipped away from him. And that'll put Jones on third with 1 out. The infield's going to play back. They're going to concede the run for the out on a ground ball. That one's fouled off the kneecap, shin guard of Briggs.
The good thing is, people watching the live stream, it shows the temperature right on there.
What's hard to convey, especially on the broadcast, and I could sit here and talk about it. I mean, you have the heat coming down, and again, we've talked about 89 degrees and the 94 heat index. But what you can't explain is how the heat hits the turf and then it comes back up. So you have the heat that's coming down on you, you feel it, and then it comes and hits the turf and it ricochets back up. So, like I said, it sort of catches you in the middle and it sort of cooks you in the middle. I can't say it any better than it is somebody who's called games on turf, and I've not played games on turf, but as a former umpire, I've called these games, and it feels like it's baking you. That one's a ground ball back up the middle, and it's going to be through for a single. So Noah Goforth battles with 2 strikes and comes up with an RBI single, first run of the game, and 417 jumps out to a 1-0 lead. 1 out and a runner on first, in the top of the order up here for 417. And this is the part of the lineup who got all the action going last inning. A single, a walk, and an error. That's what loaded the bases. First 3 hitters in the top of the bottom of the first. First pitch to Ross is up for a ball. Ross singled back up to the middle just like Goforth single. Fastball, called strike 1, 1-1 count. You see the hitters with these wood bats when they're squaring it up and putting it right back to the middle, on time and in the sweet spot. Outside corner, called strike 2. That'll run the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Youngdahl holds on, Goforth at first. And there's a chopper towards second. Tough play for Clausen, but he flips it backwards to Youngdahl and forces to get Ross at first, 4-3. Goforth was going on the pitch, hit and run. And it was a good piece of hitting for Ross. He was trying to push it toward the right with the runner going, but it just didn't get enough of it to get it by the second baseman, Clausen, who made the play. So 2 outs now, and Goforth at second base for Bryce Davis, who reached on a walk in the first. He sits deadhead fastball first pitch and fouls it back out of play.
That was a tall weed. I ain't going after that.
Turtle ball. Winiger set, delivers the 0-1. Up in the zone, misses up high.
Way to leave it.
Oh. 1-1, taking down the pipe for a strike. That'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bryce Davis. The Ash Grove graduate. Flyers thought it caught that slider, caught the outside corner, missed away. That'll run the count even 2-2. Davis, he's on his way to play college ball in West Plains, Missouri. Missouri State West Plains, a first-year program next spring. And he'll swing and miss on a fastball in the inner half of the plate. And that'll be the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 2nd. But not before 417 gets 1 across. There was 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. After 2 complete, 417 leads 1-0. You listen to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back to Warren Turner Field on the campus of Missouri Southern State University in Joplin, Missouri. 2024 WABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier consolation game here this afternoon. Both teams are done after this one. As we head to the top of the third, Air Capital Flyers will send up 8-9-1 Rhett Briggs, Dylan Clausen, and the top of the order, Jack Martins. And a 1-0 ball game, 4-1-7 pushed across one in the bottom of the second. First pitch here from Creed into the turf for ball one. Still tied at 3 in the bottom of the seventh in Omaha, North Carolina State and Kentucky. And then a temperature update from between innings. It is now 91 degrees with a 97% heat index. If that doesn't make you feel any better.
Good pitch.
1-0, foul tipped and held by Carr. I'll even the count at 1-1. During my days working at the Crawford County Convention of Israel up in Pittsburgh, I had a turf field at JC Ballpark in Pittsburgh, Kansas. And the 1-1's foul back to the screen makes it 1-2. The Parks and Rec director up there, he went and secured a digital thermometer that he could shoot a beam at the mound and do a temperature reading. The hottest reading during my tenure of hosting events up there, it got to 145. And that was in 2009. I found out a few years later, I talked to him. He caught me up like 2 years ago. This has been 2022. He says, Craig, I finally beat that 145. I said, really? He goes, yeah, we shattered it. 172 last time they had a super hot one up there.
No, thank you.
If that gives you any idea of just how hot, as that pitch is in the turf and leaving the count at 2-2, that the turf can get with the sun. And keep in mind, these games were late July, early August, postseason, like American Legion state tournaments and things like that, Premier Baseball Showcase events that we hosted up there. So that one of 2-2 will be punched foul down and out of play. And I still remember that 2009 one when we did the 145 reading. We had a home plate umpire who was behind the plate, and the glue on the bottom of his shoes had melted, and the shoes just fell apart. That was in 2009 at JC Ballpark. I'll never forget that. That one skied down the first base line. Ratone's going to camp into foul territory, bobble, and get down.
Good try, Brady.
So the sun come into play. The breeze lit up for just a second, allowed it to go into foul territory. Ratone had it, popped out, juggle, bobble, and finally down. No error on the play. We'll go to a reset 2-2. Right-handed hitting catcher Rhett Briggs, bound for Lebec Community College. The 2-2 misses down for a ball. That'll run the count full. Out of Rose Hill High School, Rose Hill, Kansas, outside of Wichita. The 3-2 fouled back to the screen. He's going to go play for Alex Copeland, fourth-year head coach at Labette. I do not know Coach Copeland. Not had the chance to meet him yet since he took over at Labette. The 3-2 misses down and in, and that'll be a leadoff walk here. First time this game the Air Capitals had the leadoff runner on. That'll bring up the 9-hole. Dylan Clausen, the second baseman, right-hand hitting. So courtesy run at first base will be, if I can get my papers out of the wind, Ken and Cole. Creed checks on Cole at first. Clausen hadn't stepped back in the box yet from getting the sign from Ian Smith at third. Here's the first pitch. That one's going to be popped up towards right. Is it going to be shallow second or shallow right? And its ball's going to get down. Goforth called it, had it pop out of his glove, but they'll get the force out at second base. So Cole will be at forced 9-6. Clausen reaches fielder's choice. So one out now, top of the order, the shortstop, Jack Martin. He flew out to center his last at-bat. One down. One down.
I think we got 3.
The Mays South graduate headed to Coffeyville Junior College. Fastball misses in. 1-0. Warren Turner Field, named for the longtime legendary baseball coach here at Missouri Southern. Warren Turner, built in 14, opened in 2015. Fastball misses in, 2-0.
Gonna have a new scoreboard next year.
Yes, it will. Mother Nature took care of that last month. Small tornado come through this part of town, and you can actually see the trees knocked down behind the fence in right center. Scoreboard, twisted I-beams underneath it, and this backstop net went for a ride, so they had to replace it for the regional they hosted one the same week. Fastball down the pipe for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to the leadoff hitter, Martins. Wood bat event, only seen 1 broken one so far today, Dean.
Well, you're not looking hard enough.
I missed one?
I've seen them everywhere.
I saw one the first game. I didn't know if we had one yet today or the second game.
I don't think so. Our pitcher broke his bat Thursday.
And the 3-1 misses up high, and that'll be a second walk issued this inning. Briggs walked, gave way to Cole, the courtesy runner, who was forced at second on the fielder's choice. Now the leadoff hitter Martins walks on the 3-1 pitch, and that'll bring up the center fielder and 2-hole hitter Will Berger. He was hit by a pitch, his first at bat. Berger from DeSoto, Kansas, which is up by Topeka, Kansas City area. He's going to play for the legendary head coach at Chinook, Kansas, Coach Murray, Steve Murray. He's been there so long. He was coaching college baseball when I was in high school in Southeast Kansas. First pitch to Berger misses up and in. If you're Creed here, you're just looking for a ground ball. Pitch to contact, get a ground ball, get 2.
Mm-hmm. All we need.
That one misses in. 2-0 now the count.
All right, Drew, come on.
Wood bat event with the turf field. Ground ball's a pitcher's best friend. Foul tipped held by Carr. That'll run the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Two one. Gets a lot of the plate there to even the count at 2-2.
Froze him up.
And the 2-2. Misses up high.
Just misses.
That'll run the count 3-2. 3-2 with only 1 out here. First and second. 417 pinch in the middle. Not holding the runner on at first. Swung on a miss. That's a big strikeout right there for Creed.
Yes, it was.
Perfect time for his first one of the game. He reached back and put a little something extra on that one to get the first strikeout. That'll be the second out now. So first and second with 2 down. That'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Justin Zerger. He grounded out to short in the first for the second out.
He's a rather large lad.
He grounded out 6'3". He may stand 6'3". And that one's going to get away. And the runners will move up 90 feet. So Clausen now goes to third. Martin's a second. And it counts 1-0 on Zerger. Berger the center fielder. Zerger the right fielder. Don't triple your tongue over those 2 names. Be nice if they were middle infielders. Berger to Zerger for the double play. Swing and a miss.
Oh, that was a big swing.
You know, come out of your cleats on one. Why not?
Then they could get a first baseman named Merger.
Mehrger.
However you want to spell it. I like it.
That'll work. 1-1. Mrs. Pie runs the count 2-1. Fastball down the pipe. That'll even the count at 2-2. Creed with the sign, set, and delivers. Missed down low. That'll run the count full. 3-2.
Now, Drew?
3-2. I'm going to be chopped towards short. Davis is going to field it on 2 hops. The throw across to Raton in time to retire Zerger 6-3 for a second time. This one for the third out in the third inning. So after 2.5, 417 leads 1-0. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Radio Network. Respective towns here in Southwest Missouri, we head to the bottom of the third in a 1-0 ball game. 417 leads. 3-4-5 due up here. Brady Raton, Parker Mann, and Rimmer Carr. First pitch from Winnegar misses away for ball 1. Pruitt Winnegar, 6'3", 190 from IMG Academy, Florida. One.
That one just missed outside.
Another one away, 3-1. So next week, 417 will be in Wichita. Is that correct?
I believe so, but I cannot check because it's on my phone, and that's where the video's coming from.
Gotcha. You guys will enjoy Wichita. Big town for baseball. Wichita State University has over the years had a tradition of excellence. X Stadium, Lawrence Dumont Stadium, rebuilt Lawrence Dumont Stadium. Now with AA or actually AAA ball. Call first strike 3. As Winnegar catches Raton looking. First out for the third. Fourth strikeout of the game for Winnegar. That'll bring up Parker Mann. He got caught looking on 3 pitches in the first inning for the first out. This time he offers the first pitch and fouls it. First base line.
Go 1-2.
I already made a recommendation for you and Katie for date night.
Oh boy.
Yes. This is in the turf down at 401. I told Katie, I said, you two need to treat yourself to a date night. No kids, just you and her.
Well,
You got to take her to Scotch and Sirloin restaurant. It's a very nice, high-dollar restaurant. Down low 2-1 in Wichita.
but you said no kids, so then she wouldn't take me.
Date night. Do it, Dean. Trust me. Do it. Fastball outside the corner, call strike 2. I'll even count it 2-2. If I'm wrong, just dress nice because it is an establishment. The Wichita tradition. Scotch and sirloin. If I'm wrong, I will apologize for 2-2. Fouled, spoiled. Right field line. 2 is foul balls come spraying back into play. Call, strike 3, back-to-back strike.
Bummer.
Looking for Reniker. Man is looking for the second time. 3 in a row retired by strikeout now for Winiger. Last out of the second, the first 2 here in the third. That'll bring up the catcher, Renner Carr. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Chopper to third, that's thrown home for the fourth time plate. Another chopper down the third base line, but this one will bounce foul. Plate umpire Curtis McGann, Ruben O'Dockey. Good job earlier today by the father-son duo of PJ and Bo Sterling.
Oh, they're a father-son duo? I didn't know that.
PJ had the plate in the first game. Father Bo had the field in the first one. And they switched. Pitch misses in.
Then they went home.
Yes.
Because they were worn out.
Inside corner that time. All right, that was called. 1 ball, 2 strike count now to Carr. Young PJ, is one of the up-and-coming stars in sports officiating. Very talented.
Good cut.
Swing and a miss by Carr. And Winiger strikes out the side of the third. 3 down, all on strikeouts. And after 3 complete, we sit at 1-0 in favor of 417 Black. Girls in a 417 baseball.
Dave was telling us that Brahms got back there behind the plate with PJ, and they introduced talking to each other. And I don't know if it was right away or at one point PJ asked me, like, so what college you going to? Dave was like, I'm going to be a senior at Carl Junction because I'm only 16. He's like, you're what now?
Yeah.
Like, there's no way with all that facial hair. What are you talking about?
Yeah. PJ is one of the good guys. I mean, I remember watching him play at Galena. He was a heck of a football player in high school. He went to Pitt State, played football. He was an All-American linebacker up there. Now he's an assistant football coach at one of the suburb schools by Kansas City. They won a state championship this year. And ironically, it was a Class 5 state championship in football. His school came down to Pittsburgh, and they won it. And then he calls high school and college football, or not football, basketball and baseball. And he actually got to work the Region 6 championship in Wichita this year for JUCO baseball. So he's on the way up in terms of game official. So he does a great job. So welcome back, baseball fans. Warren Turner Field, Joplin, Missouri, on the campus of Missouri Southern State University, 2024 WABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier consolation game. Game number 4 for both these teams have guaranteed them 4 games, 2 games of pool. 16 teams made it to the round of 16 bracket. You lose, you go to a consolation for 1 more. You win, you'd been in the quarterfinals and played single elimination until you got to the championship. But here we are playing out the string. So we head to the top of the 4th. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Air Capital Flyers. Max Brown, Luke Youngdahl, and Peyton White. Brown 0 for 1, grounded out to third, back in the first to end the first. First pitch he sees from Creed, swing and a miss for strike one. Drew Creed, senior to be at Nixa. And Curtis McDaniel talking to him. Did not hit him. So
One of his buddies in the dugout really thought it did, though.
I think
he was making a good case for him.
It was the sound of the glove of the catcher when the ball whipped by, which can be mistaken for the pocket on the back cheek. That one misses away for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike to count. And that one's going to be popped up back and out of play. Max Brown, 5'11", 185 from Eisenhower High School. That's one of the new high schools in Kansas. Headed to Drury. He's going to chop at this one towards first base. Is the pitcher going to beat him there? No. Nope. He does not. So Raton went to the ball. Creed was thinking about going to the ball, then realized, I better get to first. And hustling down the line, Brown beat Creed to the base, and it'll be an infield single for Brown. And that's the first hit of the game for the Air Capital Flyers, an infield single. Little tapper. So that'll bring up the first baseman, Luke Youngdahl. He lined out to left for the first out of the second. Leadoff runner on for the second inning in a row for the Flyers. 1-0, top of the fourth. 417 leads. Swing and a miss.
Pitch.
Strike one. Next week in Wichita, between the Lawrence Dumont rebuilt X Stadium and all the high school fields, you'll have plenty of quality facilities to play in Wichita. So, runner goes, throw down from Carr, not in time to Davis, as Brown steals second.
I believe the 417 National 16U team will be there as well, and the other local team, the Misfits, will be up there.
It's a good baseball town. It's unfortunate that a few years back when our kids were playing on another travel ball program that they didn't get an opportunity to go to Wichita for some events, because I thought we could see some good competition in the central part of the state. Pitch misses away. That'll run the count to 3 balls and 1 strike to Luke Youngdahl. Tall first baseman.
Apparently his nickname is Ox.
He's a big boy.
Yes, he is. Runner.
6'3", 215. Throw to third on ball 4, not in time, and so Brown steals 2 bases. And with the walk, that'll set up runners at first and third with no outs. And the 6-hole hitter, Peyton White, due up, and he grounded out to second the last time up. That'll bring a trip to the mound. 417. Take this opportunity to tell everybody thank you very much for tuning in and enjoying this broadcast of 417 Baseball. Special thanks to producer, engineer, color commentary Dean Sitten and wife Katie for the setup, camera, mics, the shade, tables, chairs, the works. All I had to do was show up and open my mouth, so to speak.
That's why I called you.
I appreciate the opportunity to come out and call a game, see some good baseball. The nice thing about wood bat baseball is, again, your pitchers, you understand you're playing on turf fields. All you got to do is pitch to contact. Let the guys get themselves out. Don't get yourself in trouble with hit batters or walks. Mm-hmm. You're going to get good hops. You just got to let the guys hit it. So I always enjoy a good wood bat event. This is It was good baseball this morning if you take away that 9-run tie of the first. It was a 4-2 baseball game after that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that, Craig.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to see Thursday or Friday's game where you guys went 2-0 and moved your record to 5-1 on the season. What, 3-1 last weekend in Arkansas? That
Yes, sir.
first pitch to Peyton White was punched foul back and out of play.
The team we lost to was
Warstick Ford, 5-3.
No, Lake Hamilton.
Lake Hamilton. Okay, I thought that you guys beat them 14-0.
No, it was the other way around.
Okay.
They were.
And there goes Youngdahl to second base. So that'll put now runners at second and third with no outs.
That was pretty much the Lake Hamilton high school team, I think. It showed them all from that school. They were a good team.
Swing and a miss.
Good pitch.
Took a little something off. That might have been a straight change. Big pitch right there. Corners in for 417 with no outs. Chopper towards third, and it's going to get over the head of Jones, and that'll be an RBI single for White. And the leadoff single comes back in the stolen bases. They manufactured a run here in the fourth. That'll tie the ball game. RBI single to the left for Peyton White. Now runners on first and third again, and still no outs. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Brooks Allen, who grounded out to first base in the second.
A little bouncy turf is just not helping us today.
Well, it's a two-way street. You can get the good hops that help you, and like the weird bounces on dirt, grass. But if you get these choppers off these wood bats like you've been getting, if you're playing your corners in like that, that one's just, there's nothing the third baseman can do about it.
Toward the dugout.
Bounces out of the glove of Carr. No advance at third base by Youngdahl, but White will get second base. So now second and third again, still no outs. Almost need a ground ball back to the pitcher to freeze a runner, a pop-up, or a strikeout just to get an out in this situation. That one's away. And Mr. Carr suffering from a case of ejectament all of a sudden. Fastball misses in. Runs the count to 3 balls and 1 strike to the DH, Brooks Allen. Brooks from Andover, Kansas. He looks at ball 4, and that'll load the bases with no outs here in the top of the fourth. A single, a walk, a single, and a walk. I'll run across here. Bases loaded, no outs for the catcher, Rhett Briggs. He walked to lead off the third. Future Lebec Community College Cardinal. First pitch to Briggs. Line drive, broken bat single to right, and that's going to score at least 1. Station to station ball as the throw comes in from Goforth on a BB to Carr, and that'll be an RBI single, and that's it. So Youngdahl scores. White goes to third, Allen to second, and Briggs now 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI single. That gives Air Capital Flyers their first lead 2-1. And we got a break in the action as Creed goes to the dugout. I think he's got to get some hydration. Been out there for so long now that they're going to give him a chance to take a drink. And Drew Creed, water break here in the heat, middle of the mound. So we'll see what we're going to do here. Possible pitching change maybe. After Creed come in and got a water break, the heat's starting to affect him. Air Capital takes Mr. Briggs' bat that he broke on that single, and they went ahead and finished the job. It was cracked, and then they went ahead and just finished the job. So we're going to have a pitching change. Pitching change being made. We'll come back with it. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back, baseball fans, to Warren Turner Field, Missouri Southern State University campus in Joplin, Missouri, for the 2024 AABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier consolation game between Air Capital Flyers and 417 Black out of Southwest Missouri. Pitching change being made here with no outs in the top of the fourth. Drew Creed got the start. He went the first 3+. He faced 5 batters to start the fourth. And he's going to give way to Gabe Sitton, the senior-to-be right-hander out of Carl Junction. He caught the entire game earlier today, and now he'll come in and make his second appearance of the summer for 417. Last week in Arkansas, 2/3 of an innings, only needed 6 pitches to get 2 outs. So he'll make his second appearance of the summer for 417. And he's going to inherit a bases-loaded, no-out situation. He's got the bags jacked. Briggs, the catcher, at first. Allen, the DH, at second. And Peyton White, the third one, at third. And I say Briggs because he just had an RBI broken bat single to right. I believe Ken and Cole is courtesy running for him, so Cole's actually at first base. So Sitton will see the 9-hole hitter, the second baseman, Dylan Clausen, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the third. He's 0 for 1 today. 2-1 score here in the top of the fourth.
One more.
And our temperature has increased even more. We're now 93 degrees with a 100% heat index with the humidity. And I'm sure it feels every bit of 120 to 125 down on the turf. Drew Creed, the long inning here, started to affect him. He had to take a water break, and the coach, John Hartley, said, okay, we'll go ahead and just give you a break. We'll bring you in and bring in Sitton, ground ball specialist, who can possibly get a ground ball or two here and get this over.
Umpire told him we got bases loaded, no pressure.
Yep, first pitch from Sitton down into the turf, ball 1. Corners in, looking for the double play home first. Up the middle, they'll concede the run for 2 outs up the middle. The 1-0. Ground ball back up the middle, and it's going to be through for a single. 1 run's going to score, and they wave, and now the throw comes in late and not in time. So a little indecisiveness between the coach and the base runner, and ultimately ends up in a 2-run single. So Dylan Clausen, 2 RBI base hit right back through the box. 4 runs across here in the top of the fourth. No outs. Ken and Cole, the courtesy runner, at second. Clausen out first. Top of the order, Jack Martins, the shortstop. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Shows bunt. Takes the off-speed pitch away for a ball. shows bunt again and fouls it off. So the runners were going on the pitch, but the failed bunt will send them back. Drew Creed, 3+ innings, 1 strikeout, walked 2, 3, 4 walks, 1 hit batter. He had allowed 3 hits all here in the 4th inning. He had allowed not a hit through the first 3. Sitting picks him off. They go to third with it. Not in time. Ken Cole, the courtesy runner for Briggs, broke as soon as Sitton lifted his leg. Sitton spun, went to Davis. Davis to Jones, not in time. So now first and third, no outs on a 1-1 count. Pitch down. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. Top of the order, Jack Martins. Swing and a miss. Delayed steal. And Clausen's going to have it. So now second and third. No outs.
Go, find another gear.
Sitting, set, delivers the 2-2. Off-speed pitch misses away. That'll run the count full, 3-2. Martins right up on the chalk line in the turf box. The 3-2. Chop towards third, and it's going to get through for a single. 1 run's going to score. They're going to wave the second one. Here comes the throw. Not cut. They held him. So the courtesy runner, Ken and Cole, scores. Clausen holds up at third. And then Jack Martins with an RBI single. That'll make it 5-1 in favor of Air Capital. 5-run fourth. And now first and third again, and still no outs. Another ground ball. This one's going to be to short. Davis fields, throws across the diamond in time. Davis to Raton to retire Berger 6-3. So since Sitton's come in, he's gotten 3 ground balls, 1 right back through the box, 1 between third and short. And now Davis ranges into the hole, had 1 play at first and got the out at first. So now 1 out. Run does score. Clausen. I'll make it 6-1. 1 out and runner on second in Martins. And that'll bring up Justin Zerger. 1 down. Zerger 0 for 2 with a pair of ground balls outs to short. Off-speed pitch. Misses away. 1-0.
Start that one further inside.
Your ground ball specialist is doing his job. Sitting wheels and flips it back to Davis to check on Martins. The 1-0. That one's going to be lifted towards center. Fangro's going to go back, and track it down in right center. He'll make the catch, stop, put on the brakes, and hold. They're going to wave the runner, try to score him from second. Here comes the relay. Home, not in time. How about that, folks? RBI sack fly all the way but he left early. So, put it in the book as an 8-6-2-6 double play on the appeal. And Sitton gets out of the inning thanks to the double play. Heck of a play in center field with Fangro. Tracked down in right center. Tried to score the runner from second on a tag up and score, but instead left too early. So, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. No errors, and no one left on base. 6 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and no one left on base. So after 3.5, it's Air Capital Flyer 6, 4171. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back, baseball fans, to Warren Turner Field on the campus of Missouri Southern State University, Joplin, Missouri, for the 2024 ABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier. We're in the consolation round of games. Everybody's getting 4 games in this event. These 2 teams lost in the round of 16, so they're playing out the string, getting their 4th game in. We are in the bottom of the 4th in a 6-1 ball game here. Capital Flyers lead 417 Black. 417 Black due up Carter Fangro, Owen Locke, and Hunter Jones. Swing and a miss by Fangro here to start the bottom of the 4th. Fangro, of course, just made a spectacular play in right center. Tracking down a fly ball, led to a double play to end the top of the 4th. Second pitch misses down the way, ball 2. Fangro flew out to center for the last out in the first inning. 0 for 1 today. Outside corner called strike. Truett Winiger, he struck out 4 in a row. Set down the side on strikes in the 3rd. This one's going to be lifted towards center. Berger's going to float back, and he'll track it down about 10 feet in front of the warning track out in center field. So Fangro gave it a ride. Not to be. Flies out to center for the second time. He's now 0 for 2 here. Second baseman Owen Locke, he steps in. Locke, junior to be at Nixa. First pitch he sees misses up and high. Swing and a miss at second pitch, 1-1 to count. Locke, one of fly out to center. Locke, one of the 6 strikeout victims today. Truett Winiger with 6 Ks to go along with a walk. Fastball swung on a miss for strike 2. 2-2 count. Winiger's allowed 1 run on 3 hits, 6 Ks with a walk. That one's going to be fouled back to the screen. Leadoff single in the first by Ross. A double by Jones and a single by Goforth in the second. All 3 hits accounted for 417 in this one. 2-2 again, misses into the turf. That'll run the count full 3-2.
Nice to knock this guy off the mound.
What was interesting was he had struck out 4 in a row, the last out of the second, all 3 in the third. He was getting into a groove, I thought. And then he gets Locke looking for the second time today. So that'll be the 7th strikeout now for Winiger. 2 outs now here in the fourth. And since go for single in the second, Winiger settled in and retired 7 in a row. And here's Jones, who doubled and scored in the second. He comes out of his cleats on one and fouls it back to the net. Absolutely tomahawked one towards left, pitch up in the zone and hit the turf and bounced off the yellow cap off the fence. This one cues off the end of the bat. Slow rolling towards Clausen at second. Will flip to Youngdahl at first in time. That's 8 in a row retired now by Winiger. And another 3-up, 3-down inning in the bottom of the fourth for 417. After 4 complete, it's Air Capital Flyers 6, 417 1. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back, baseball fans, to Warren Turner Field on the campus of Missouri Southern State University, Joplin, Missouri, on a warm afternoon, Saturday afternoon on Father's Day weekend. Hope you're enjoying your Father's Day weekend wherever you might be watching. This is the 2024 AABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier. The World Series takes place in Farmington, New Mexico every year, except for the COVID year 2020. It's a big amateur baseball event, and these qualifying events take place throughout the country, and the winning team gets a ticket to Farmington. And both these teams have been eliminated. This is a consolation game here Saturday afternoon. As we head to the top of the fifth, Air Capital Flyers lead 417 6-1. First pitch here in the top of the fifth for our new pitcher, which I believe is the shortstop. Bryce Davis has come on to pitch in relief of Drew Creed and now Gabe Sitton. He's facing the middle part of the order. 4, 5, 6. Brown, Max Brown, Luke Youngdahl, and Peyton White due up here in the fifth. After a foul ball back and out of play and a swing and a miss. Count should be 1-2, I believe. Hard ground ball to short. New shortstop. I don't have a name and number just yet. Has it? Okay, so Parker Mann is now at shortstop. He is no longer the DH. So Mann, first opportunity he gets, eats him up. So Brown reaches on an error. Leadoff guy on once again for Air Capital. First pitch to Youngdahl, misses up high for a ball. 6-1, top of the fifth. There's no time limit today, just run rule and 7 innings. Swing and a miss. Youngdahl 0 for 1 with a walk and run score. First baseman. Runner goes, pitch up high, throw down a short, second I should say, and not in time. Brown with his third stolen base today. Single to start the fourth. He stole second, stole third, and then later scored on Peyton White's single. Now he's in scoring position for Youngdahl, who walked his last at-bat. Pitch misses up and in. That runs the count to 3 balls and 1 strike. Off-speed pitch catches most of the plate for a strike. That'll run the count full 3-2. Again, home plate umpire Curtis McDaniel, his field partner Ruben Obakte. That slider catches a part of the plate, but it's going to get fouled back and out of play. Davis started the game at short. He's the third reliever to make an appearance today for 417. They used 3 pitchers earlier today in the 4-inning 13-3 run rule loss. Full count. That one's going to be fouled down the right field line and out of play. Davis set, ready to deal another 3-2. Swung on a miss, took a little something off, nice straight changeup, and he'll sit Youngdahl down on strikes. Second strikeout of the day for 417 pitching. Creed got Berger to swing and miss at 1 and 3rd, and now Davis gets one here to start with the first out here in the 5th. That'll bring up Peyton White, the third baseman. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single back in the 4th. Swing and a miss at a fastball up in the zone. Slider into the turf. Carr drops and blocks and keeps it right there, and Brown unable to advance. He's reached out and touched towards right. Going to drop down for a single. Here comes Brown around third. They're going to hold him up as the throw from Goforth. One hops Carr at the plate, and that'll make it 1st and 3rd with 1 out. Sounds just like last inning. All 9 batters came to the plate in the 4th inning. 6 runs on 5 hits. Sidden come in with no outs and the bases loaded and promptly got a series of ground balls, including a fly ball that turned into a fly out appeal double play. Foul back to the screen, 0-1 the count. White leads off first, Brown from third. Davis tries to get the outside corner and missed as White takes second without much attention. So now 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And the left-hand hitting Brooks Allen, the DH. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. He fouls that one back here towards the broadcast booth and out of play. One and 2. Slider, that one's going to be spoiled, foul down the third base line. So we'll reset 1 and 2. Davis coming in, just pumping pitches into the zone. There's another one that's going to get spoiled as Allen fouls it back out of play. We went 1 and 2 again. Delayed call, fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Allen goes down looking. That's a second strikeout this inning for Davis, who just come in. 2 outs, 2 on now. That'll bring up the catcher, Rhett Briggs. He's 1 for 1 with a walk, an RBI single to right in the 4th. Future Lebec Community College Cardinal showing out here today. First pitch. That one's going to be fouled back to the screen. Briggs cracked his bat on that RBI single. Got it to the dugout when the courtesy ran for him, and he finished breaking it. So he's using a new piece of lumber this at-bat. We've seen 2 broken ones so far today. One in the first game, and Briggs is earlier in this game. This wood bat event. 0-1. That one's going to be grounded towards third. Backhand stop on one hop by Jones across the diamond, but the throw's offline to Raton. So Briggs is going to beat that one out. Another run's going to score as Brown crosses the plate, and White goes to third. Cole Cannon going to courtesy run once again for Briggs, who's been on base all 3 times today. Nice stop at third by Jones. Had plenty of time to set and make the throw, but the throw pulled Raton off the bag, and Briggs beat it out. That'll bring up Dylan Clausen. He's 1 for 2 with a 2-run single in the 4th and a reach on a fielder's choice. First pitch he sees from Davis, swing and a miss, strike 1. 2 on, 2 down, run across here. 7-1 now. Air Capital Flyers over 417. Cole actually jumps the motion, breaks for second. He'll have it without a throw. So now runners at second and third with 2 down. Now, off-speed pitch, got him out on his front foot. Didn't want to do it, but he did. So 2 strikes now to Clausen. Davis gets what he wants, and Clausen's going to fly that one out to shallow right center, and it's going to be Fangro who takes over the situation and will bring it in to end the top of the 5th. A run. There was a hit, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. So after 4.5, it's now Air Capital Flyer 7, 4171. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network. Welcome back, baseball fans, to Warren Turner Field on the campus of Missouri Southern State University, Joplin, Missouri, 2024 WABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier consolation game here. So we head to the bottom of the 5th in a 7-1 ball game here. Capital Flyers over 417 Black. Noah Goforth leads off here to start the 5th. First pitch he sees from Trent Winiger. Misses down and in for ball one. Goforth, 1 for 1 with an RBI single in the second. Responsible for the only run in this game against Winiger. Slider breaks in there for a called strike, 1-1 the count. Goforth, the last 417 hitter to reach base against Winiger. That one, slider in the turf, swung on a miss, 1-2. Winiger's retired 8 straight, including 5 strikeouts of those 8 retired batters. The 1-2 almost hit him.
Matrix.
7-1 ball game. Bottom of the 5th. 417 needs base runners. And since Winiger, the second inning, when he had a double and a single to Jones and Goforth with 1 out, has bared down and really focused in. That pitch misses in. That'll run the count full 3-2. 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits. Have not had a base runner since the second inning. Shake off. Now he gets what he wants, comes sets, and delivers on the 3-2. Called, third strike to Noah Goforth. Strikeout number 8 for Truett Winiger. Right-hander from IMG Academy in Florida, headed towards Virginia Commonwealth. He's retired 9 straight now. And he'll at the top of the order here in the 5th, Colin Ross, followed by Brace Davis with 1 down. Swing and a miss by Ross. That'll be a ground ball to second. That'll be Clausen fields and flips over to Youngdahl in time to retire Ross. 10 in a row now retired by Winiger.
Here you go, Bryce.
2 outs, top of the 5th in a 7-1 ball game. Bryce Davis, who started the game as a shortstop, is now in at pitcher. He'll step in. He walked in the first and struck out swinging in the second, 0 for 1. First pitch misses up high. Plenty of good seats available still here at the ballpark. If you're interested in coming out and watching, gets underneath one and pops it up to third. White will make the catch, and that'll retire the side as 11 in a row now set down consecutive for Truett Winiger. 3 up, 3 down in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. After 5 complete, 7-1 Air Capital Flyers over 417 Baseball. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Network. That'll throw into third, but not in time to get the runner at third. So that'll be a sacrifice fly for Brown. F7 sac fly RBI. Makes it 8-1 now in favor of Air Capital Flyers. So Martin struck out to start the sixth. Berger singled in the hole to short. Zerger doubled to right. And now Brown sac fly. 2 outs and a run across. And that'll bring up Luke Youngdahl, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First pitch he sees is up in the zone for a strike. The 1-0. Outside corner for a strike. That'll even the count at 1. Zerger leads off at third with 2 down. Foul back to the screen. Eight to 1 here. Top of the sixth. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and that should be the third out, but nobody's leaving the field. Now they realize that was the third out. So there was a run on 2 hits on base. So after 5.5, Air Capital Flyers 8, 417-1. You're listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network.
Yep, you're good.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to Warren Turner Field, Joplin, Missouri, Missouri Southern State University campus, 2024 ABC Connie Mack World Series qualifier. We're in the consolation round of things for these two teams. Finish this one up, they're all done for the weekend. Game number 4 of a 4-game guarantee. We go to the bottom of the sixth in a 8-1 ball game. Air Capital Flyers over 417. As Truett Winiger starts his 6th inning of work with a pitch in the turf for ball 1 to first baseman Brady Raton. Raton 0 for 2, reached on an error in the first and struck out looking in the third. Swing and a miss for strike 1 here. Winiger has retired 11 straight hitters since Noah Griffith's RBI single in the second. 11 in a row set down consecutive by Winiger. 3 up, 3 down in the third, fourth, fifth. After Goforth's RBI single, he got Colin Ross to ground out to second, and then a strikeout of Davis to end the second. 3 straight strikeouts in the third, a fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out in the fourth, a strikeout, ground out, and a pop up in the fifth. 2 strike count now to overthrew that one into the turf and runs the count full 3-2 to Raton. Went 3-2 to Noah Griffith to lead off the fifth and got him looking on 3-2. The 3-2 here. Strike 3. Caught looking. Raton now 0 for 3 and struck out looking twice. Nine strikeouts now for Winiger in the game. Parker Mann, the DH now shortstop, steps in. He's 0 for 2 with 2 of those strikeouts. That pitch misses away for a ball. Last check, it was 4-4 in the bottom of the ninth in Omaha. North Carolina State and Kentucky have not had a score update or update if we've had 3 straight walk-offs now to start the tournament in Omaha. Evens the count at 1-1 here. Slider caught the outside corner. Fastball misses wide. IMG Academy product from Kansas. IMG Academy in Florida, but he goes to he's a Kansas native who attends school at IMG Academy in Florida. Bound for Virginia Commonwealth University after he graduates in 25. Swing and a miss at the changeup. That'll run the count 2-2 to Parker Mann. Strikeout. Fastball down the pipe, and Mann is struck out looking for the third straight at-bat. 10 Ks now for Winiger, including 13 consecutive batters retired. And that'll bring up the catcher, Rimmer Carr. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first and struck out swinging in the third. First pitch misses wide. Be remiss if I didn't give some credit to Winiger's catcher, Briggs, the Lebec Community College future Cardinal. Done a great job calling and setting up pitches for Winiger. Check swing, says he went. Is Curtis McDaniel, the home plate umpire. 1-1 now the count. Ground ball up the middle. That'll be Martins at short. Fires over to Youngdahl in time to retire Carr 6-3. And I heard the field umpire say ball game. So I'm assuming the time limit must have been in effect. We started at 2:51. And it's 4:39. So after 6 innings, they call ball game. So 8-1 will be your final score. Tip of the hat to Truett Winiger. Complete game, 6 innings, struck out 10, including retiring the final 14 in a row from the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. 12 straight, including the last 2 of the 2nd inning. Did not allow but 3 hits all game, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts in a complete game 8-1 win for Air Capital Flyers. So for producer, engineer, and color commentator Dean Sitton, thank you very much for the opportunity to come. I was Craig Hall, voice of the game, play-by-play. Final score for the final time. Air Capital Flyers 8, 417 1. You've been listening to 417 Baseball on the 417 Baseball Network.